back, baby! Woo!
Boys are back in town.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, great song. Well done.
Yeah. Well, we've got the glasses on. We're relaxing. We're still in holiday mode here.
If this is a start of you for season 3, we are in for a treat.
I hope so.
How are you doing?
I still said talking.
Did you say it?
I did.
We don't care
apologise.
anymore.
We thought, look, we did all the preparation in the world and I still got it wrong, but we're back.
We don't care. We're back for season 3.
How you feeling?
Can you believe it?
We've lasted this long. You've kept me. I've stayed on the couch, people.
I cannot believe it. Well, first of all, let me say.
Yes.
Because you've been away for a few weeks.
I have.
You look fantastic.
Look at you, hey?
You look fantastic.
Oh, he's a nice fellow. I'll take these off.
I'm not joking. You'll realise if we've recorded a few last year and also maybe a few that we've pre-recorded that are coming up, you have not been the healthiest, but you've come back glowing and you've lost, I don't know, you've lost a small child, basically.
The floor is yours. Please continue.
No, I'll tell you, when you popped your head into the studio the other day, your face has got thinner.
I like you this season.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen you for a few weeks, so I feel great.
That'll change.
You look much better than you did before you left.
Look,
so
it's amazing what happens when you don't order a third serving of food. It's incredible what happens to your shape.
What's the key?
Walking, less sugar, no sugar. Right? I actually, no bullshit. I saw a thing on Instagram that said cocaine.
Ooh.
Cocaine.
Enough said. Now we know. Okay, moving on to the start of season 3. December, what have you been up to?
Listen to me. Cocaine is worse than sugar. Now, I've not done either. Well, sorry, not done either. I've done plenty of sugar. I've had plenty of sugar. I've never done cocaine. But that scared me when I think that is the ultimate bad drug. And they're saying it's worse than sugar. And I put it in my mouth 15 times a day.
Sugar is worse than cocaine is what you're saying.
The sugar is worse than cocaine.
Bring out the bags.
This is not the forum.
Okay. I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought you might have just been in a...
You think I was going to tell you something else?
You mean South America?
No, so I've just stopped taking sugar, stopped having it.
Okay.
Look, it's still in tomato sauce, but I don't go and have ice creams, chocolates, lollies. The next one is chips. Anyway, people don't care about that. How are you going?
They do. I'm good. I've actually done very little. I've been working through.
Yeah.
I need a holiday. One will be forthcoming at some point, but no, I've been around. I've been here, and the weather's been shit, so it's been a pretty boring couple of months for me. But the world, I tell you what, the world has not been boring, has it?
Well, we've had... we need to cover off. So we're talking the last 2 months.
Well, we finished up at the end of November.
Yeah.
I can't believe that now that we're actually sitting back here again. I mean, the break feels like a break.
We're February now, right? So that's 3 months.
It's
November, December, bit of November, December, January. So summer in Australia.
So how many months was it?
2 and a bit.
2 months.
Okay.
December and January for the third season.
Okay, stop the clock. He was nice for about 4 minutes in season 3.
You know, I don't like to correct you.
Never correct me.
Never correct you. Well, let's talk about a few things before we move on to what's going to be happening for season 3, because there's some excellent things in store. There's some fun things in store, new things in store.
Correct. We'll get to season 3, the show, but you were about to say some heavy stuff. So let's start with that so we can address it and move on. It's important. We don't want to rush over it.
We certainly do not. And we even thought about having podcasts during the past few months about it. First of all...
Well, we debated that, didn't we?
We did. The 14th of December, we had that horrific anti-Semitic attack on Bondi Beach, which actually sent me into a spiral of despair when it happened. I know there's a hell of a lot of shit going on around the world, and we're not going to dwell on this.
How are you feeling about that now?
I feel, well, not great, but I'm not going to dwell on it because people are here to listen to good stuff. All I will say is that I hope, and people will know what I mean when I say this, if it happened in a synagogue or it happened somewhere else, it would not be getting the recognition that it's getting, and that Jews have been targeted for a number of years now, and hopefully with the Royal Commission and it being in such a public place, these fucking lunatic terrorists shooting up one of the best locations in the world, Bondi Beach, the world can see how bad things are getting. So our thoughts and prayers and wishes and all the rest of it go to the victims and their families, of which, we know some or have connections to, and I'll leave it at that. And well done to Ahmed Al-Ahmed.
Yeah.
That hero. Oh, I mean, when
If I can just say, I totally agree with your sentiments. If there's a silver lining in that horrible, horrible day in Australian history on the 14th of December, is that maybe the rest of Australia realises that people sitting on the beach, no matter what religion or race you are, that is not the Australian way of life. And please God, things can turn around and this Royal Commission can do something, and maybe the world can get back to the world and the Australia that we want to live in. Yeah, on Ahmed, you know, there's a lot of people have got a view that he's milking it, he's enjoying his 15 minutes of fame. And you know what I say?
Get fucked.
Good on you. Go and get your 15 minutes of fame. This guy put himself in harm's way. More people would have died.
I'm not saying get fucked him, by the way. He's an absolute hero.
He's a hero.
As are hundreds of other people that helped out, including the lifeguards and this elderly couple at the start. And
I'll start crying in a minute.
Yeah, so we're not going to leave it at that. But Ahmed, an absolute hero. And
can I just do one more, and then we will move on? Yeah. Okay. You know the rabbi that threw the brick?
Yeah.
That got shot and murdered. I was away on my holidays, and someone said to me, "What a stupid thing to do! Why would you do that?" I said, listen, it was his natural instinct to try and save people and say, go away. He was an old man. He's not sure what's really...
Enough.
Don't you agree with that? Just tell me you agree.
I do agree. Of course I agree. But we're not getting into the depths of it. That's not why we're here. I just wanted to pay my respects for that.
Very good point.
Okay, then moving on to the 15th, the following bloody day. This is why it was a shocker of a week in general. Rob Reiner murdered.
Yeah.
And his wife murdered by his son, Rob Reiner, the director. You know the famous director?
What's my favourite film? Well, it's in the top 5.
You Can't Handle the Truth, my man.
You Can Handle the Truth. Rob Reiner. Unbelievable. What a director. And then he also, $26,000 in sides, Geordie. I mean, Wolf of Wall Street is Jordan Belfort's dad in Wolf of Wall Street. So he can act, he can direct.
Stand By Me. Ridiculous the amount of movies that
the talent. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's just so sad for a child. He must have been pathologically unwell.
So that week I texted you and I said, let's do a Rob Reiner special. And what did you say? Nobody likes that comedian.
No, I didn't say nobody likes a comedian. No, you would wrapped it into the politics, of which we've covered off now. And I just don't think we want to be, political commentators. We are movie commentators.
Correct. Yeah.
And that was probably it. In terms of Rob Reiner, he's a huge talent, and that's why we're paying him respect now. And if you saw the Golden Globes, did you see?
Oh, so you're not going to give me that apology that was coming last year, but it's now coming this year. You promised me for 2 months. It's okay.
I did. I actually wrote it down.
It's not necessary. It feels forced now. Anyway, obviously.
What a memory. Your memories, you're right, because I did. I started to research Rob Reiner, and the more I did, the more sick in the stomach I felt.
Because you didn't know who, when I said, let's do a podcast in honour of Rob Reiner, you dismissed it because you didn't know who he was.
I dismissed it quickly.
Because you didn't know who he was at the time.
I had a sense of who he was, but not to the depth.
It doesn't matter. There've been some terrible fires and floods. Outside of that, everything else is, Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. You interested in that?
No,
fight?
But you are. You seem to be. You raise it all the time.
Because I was really pissed off when Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson sold his soul and basically gave the fight away.
That was the one 12, 18 months ago when he was pulling his punches and he got 20 million. Is that right? If he lasted the 5.
Yeah.
What a lot of rubbish. So now Tyson, how can you believe anything these guys do?
Well, Anthony Joshua broke Jake Paul's jaw in about 14 different places.
Is Anthony a real boxer, is he?
He's the ex-heavyweight champion of the world. Absolutely, he's a real boxer.
And he broke the jaw of the YouTube guy.
Beautifully. What a clean,
I think I saw that punch.
A clean punch.
And he was in the corner, the big blonde guy.
Yeah, and he just...
Oh, yeah.
He landed and he went, oh, wow. And then he couldn't speak for the next month. And then, tragically, Anthony Joshua was in Nigeria a few weeks ago with 2 of his mates.
Yes.
And they got into a horrific car crash and 2 mates died.
And he didn't.
God.
Where was he sitting? Do we know the details?
Well, he was on the driver's side.
Not on the death side. You never want to sit in the death side.
On the other side. So that in itself, you just never know from day to day, Rohan.
Jesus, we've come. We were smiling 5 minutes ago. We've gone through some horrible talk. And what about you personally? Has anything good happened to you? Anything you want to highlight or talk about?
I say nothing really happened during the holidays. We had a family here for my auntie's and my wife's auntie's 80th birthday, which was beautiful.
Yes.
We had a week of celebration, and I tell you what, I've talked about it before, but the one thing I miss about emigrating is not having family here and missing the cousins around the table like you do on a regular basis. And I just sat back, and there were maybe 10 cousins, my kids and 8 other cousins, just sitting around a table, just breaking bread, grabbing food and eating and munching and talking after a long day.
Being comfortable.
Being comfortable, but just seeing all that kind of family interaction was beautiful. So
thanks for asking about me.
I say that was the first thing I asked you?
Is that your line?
It is my line.
Okay. If you recall, in one of the ending podcasts that we did in the end of season 2, I spoke about my neighbour and the kids next door.
Yeah, and yeah.
Remember all that? And I said, I can't say something, but this kid wakes me up every morning. Well, I go to Queensland for my holiday. I'm in the swimming pool. I'm talking away to my brother-in-law.
There's the kids.
And I hear a kid's voice. And I said to him, I know that voice. I know that voice. I turn around. I never knew what the kid looked like, but there's my neighbour. And I thought, oh, my God. So in the world that I live in, it's, you move as a community.
Yep.
And there he was. I just started laughing. I just couldn't believe it. I said to my wife, it's actually unbelievable. I can never get a minute's peace from this kid's voice. It's extraordinary. I mean, really, to be in another state in a swimming pool, he could have been anywhere else on the planet. And there he was again. So
did anything exciting happen when you were away? Or while you were away? Did you do anything? Did you see anything? Did you watch any movies? Did you do any research? Have you done any work for the podcast?
Well, there's about 77 questions in that. The answer is yes. I did lots of work and I watched a couple of movies. But my nephew, my beautiful nephew, Joshua, got engaged. So to Josh and Danny, a hearty congratulations. My sister's eldest son. When I started going out with my wife, who I mentioned a lot in the podcast, Stacey was pregnant with Josh, right? So, she's been around before him, and it's pretty special. For those that care, congratulations to Josh and Stacey and Gary and the whole crew there.
Very nice. Congratulations to you all.
Yeah. So we've been reasonably indulgent talking about ourselves. Can we switch on to what people want to?
Well, let's talk a little bit about movies, because this is Golden Globe and Oscar season.
It is. Very much. Golden Globes on a couple of weeks ago. What did you think? Did you watch it with Nikki? She walks a fine line, doesn't she, the comedian, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit Ricky Gervaisy, but not quite as not quite as pointed.
Well, some of her gags are predictable, like the rock gag was terrible.
I can't remember what it was.
She says to the Rock, I hope you win tonight. Hope there's no one with paper or scissors. Which is that was pretty lame. And the other, who's his little friend?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, she does the short gag. So she's got the same markers on each one. And the other bit that was nice, which I couldn't understand, is when Julia Roberts came out to present, standing ovation.
A standing ovation.
But why?
Because it's Julia Roberts.
Oh, Leo's in the room. There was some De Niro's in the room. Is she royalty? Is she movie royalty?
I think she's moved to that.
Because of age? Yeah. Is that just longevity?
I think
you get that, do you?
I think so.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, she's great. Don't get me wrong. She commands the audience.
Did I or did I not stand up and clap you when you walked in?
Wait, what are you saying?
Royalty.
I don't know about royalty. That's very nice.
Get a certain age and...
Hey?
Get to a certain age and clap you in, walk you in.
You used to have to win tournaments and win medals and do things to get a standing ovation. Now you just have to be old.
Talking of which, in tournaments, Marty Supreme, we saw that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, there was not a deliberate lead-in, but...
that's coming up in February. We'll get onto that in a second.
Yeah, Marty Supreme's going to be, a hot topic, and one battle after another. Leo, if Leo's in the room, he commands attention. Like, the camera cut to him at the Golden Globes.
He's a miserable sod.
You think so?
Oh, he's a miserable sod. He just, that whole cap down thing when he's walking through airports or walking through a crowd, he gives his fans nothing.
I just think his life, yes, he's got an incredible life. Privacy does not exist. She even said, Nikki Glaser, as part of the joke, she goes, I've got to do the same joke about, your date girl's 25 years younger because the world knows nothing about you. Nothing. I mean, really, I don't know where he lives. I don't know if he's got a hobby. You see J-Lo and Ben Affleck, and they're all on Instagram and Page Six and The Telegraph. When do you see Leo on a beach with a pretty girl with the hat down? That's the only move of Leo when he's not filming. Like I don't know.
Okay, well,
interesting cat.
Not interesting cat because we don't know anything about him. Golden Globes, Best Motion Picture, Hamnet. I don't know anything about this movie, Hamnet.
Don't know anything about it.
We'll have to check that one out. Best Motion Picture, One Battle After Another.
Yep.
We've also reviewed that. That's coming up in a few months.
And Sean, they've got a lot of nominations for the Oscars. Sean and The leading lady as well for Best Actress, Leo for Best Actor. Yeah, that's good. That could win a sweep of awards.
And our boy, Timothy Chalamet, won for Marty Supreme, and I think well deserved. And he also...
To nominate or to win?
No, he won. He won the Golden Globe.
Sorry, yes, he won the Golden Globe.
Rose Byrne also won, a nice Australian win there. Paul Thomas Anderson won for One Battle After Another, as well as did Tiana Taylor as Perfidia.
Just to slow you back on Tim Chalamet. He is the youngest person in history to be nominated for 3 Best Actors at this age.
Yeah, good on him. He deserves it. So One Battle After Another really did clean up there.
Yeah. Does that give you you're the favourite then for the Oscar, are you?
Look, it's meant to be the marker, generally, for who's going to win the Oscar. But it doesn't always happen.
No, ask Bill Murray. You're right. We spoke about that with Lost in Translation and Sean Penn with Mystic River. He wins the Golden Globe, thought he was a cert. He said it ruined his life for many years. So Chalamet would be...
No. I know you don't like to talk about television, and I've talked about this show Adolescence before as well, but that cleaned up in the Golden Globes too, and I could not be happier for Stephen Graham, the Scouser from England.
Can't help you.
You've got to watch the show. I think we might break tradition and actually review.
You know, over the holidays, people said to me, do you review TV shows? I said, no, we haven't franchised out yet.
Yeah, we'll choke on it, but Adolescence is so good, and who won? So one for Best Limited Series and TV, Stephen Graham won for Best Actor. The kid, Owen Cooper, won for Best Supporting Actor. And the female lead, Erin Doherty, she also won. It is insane. This kid is the youngest kid, I think, to ever be nominated, younger than Chalamet.
You're talking TV, Robbie.
I know. We've got to do it.
People want to get a drink and something to eat. Okay, welcome back, everyone.
Okay, Oscar nominees for 2026.
Go.
Very quick. Well, I won't even tell you. I'll group them all together. One Battle After Another.
Why don't we have our predictions?
One Battle After Another has got 13 nominations. Sinners, I don't even know anything about Sinners.
No. I'm told we got to watch that. I'm told it's unbelievable.
Right, we will watch that.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, I watched actually over the break, and Jacob Elordi, who's also a very similar kind of very private and a bit of a strange.
Jacob Elordi from our Saltburn.
Yeah, he was in Frankenstein. Okay. He was excellent in that, actually.
Another great Australian.
Very, very intense dude. Marty Supreme up for 9 Oscars. Hamnet up for 8. F1, Rohan, up for 4.
F1's up for Best Movie.
Yeah, Fire and Ashes there.
F1. That's generous.
Well, no, not Best Movie.
Yes, it is.
Well, maybe. Best Sound. What else do we have?
It's in for Best Film.
I'm just getting there. Best Film Editing.
You've got the list for Best Film?
That's why I'm scrolling up. Best Picture, F1. It's up there.
It's in there. It's like
there's
9.
a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Begonia, F1.
I wonder whether you can pay your way in. F1 ain't winning.
Well, for example, there's 5 Best Directors, okay? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Best Pictures.
Okay, let's do some predictions and we can circle back. Okay, can you read them out quickly and we'll get...
I don't even know half of them.
That's okay.
Begonia.
Yep.
F1.
Yep.
Frankenstein's up there as a small chance. Hamnet, possibly.
Yep.
Marty Supreme, possibly. One Battle After Another, probably. The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
I will predict as the winner, One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it deserves it, but I think it's going to be like a crowd favourite.
I think it's a weak field. I think it's had the press. I think with Leo and the acting and the story,
Okay, fine.
and I would have Chalamet to win his first. I think he'll win Best Actor.
I do as well. After watching it, I mean, he was incredible in that movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, he brings you along. I mean, he's nothing to look at, but he's certainly great to watch, if that makes sense.
That's...
No good? I can't say that.
I think you can say that. I think...
when you watch F1, right, if it's based on looks, it don't even need to turn up. Bradley wins, right? We know Pitt looks unbelievable, but Chalamet's...
Does that mean we're in with a chance?
What's that?
With one of the Kardashians?
Yeah, it gives you hope. I did think that when I watched the movie. How has this guy landed a Kardashian and sat at the Oscars? Have you seen him in the pink tracksuit? How's the swagger?
Okay, so he's not a handsome guy in your opinion?
No.
You know the makeup he had in Marty Supreme, all the pock marks and the acne, that's makeup.
No, it's the dirty tash. I'm a different generation to the dirty tash.
That was his character.
No, I get that, but he's worn it. He did look better in Complete Unknown, I'll give you that.
He's acting.
He's not a good-looking man.
He's a character actor.
it wouldn't matter what he looks
Do you
like.
think he looked good at the Golden Globes?
No.
Do you think he looks good in general?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I think he's a great actor.
There's hope for us all then, as you say.
There is hope for
Bloody
us
hell.
all.
Okay, Tom Cruise also got an Academy Honorary Award for his incredible commitment to the filmmaking community, to the theatrical experience, and to the stunts community. I completely agree. Well overdue, well deserved.
Well deserved.
Good on you, Tommy.
Harshly treated.
Harshly treated. Maybe. I don't know why that is.
And what's her name? Question Without Notice, which is most of it. They gave a Hollywood star the other week to
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, Rachel McAdams from The Notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well deserved.
Really?
You don't think so?
I don't know much about what she's done.
Oh,
I think they're
yeah,
handing them out to everybody. You'll probably get one soon.
Oh, no. Wedding Crashes, and she's obviously The Notebook, and she's been in the boxing one with Jake Gyllenhaal. She's done a lot of good films, but The Notebook's the one that's got her there.
So that's all. You need one good film and you're in the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, I think it's bigger than just a good film. Greatest romance story of all time.
It was a phenomenal. Listen to that one.
Hard to beat.
Oh, we did that with Tiffany.
We did. Yeah, Tiff did well there. Go on.
Talking of guests, let's talk a little bit about what's in store for season 3, 2026.
Sure.
Take us away.
No, you were doing this segment.
Oh, I see.
You smarty.
Okay.
That's a setup. That is an old-fashioned setup.
No, well, not really. I mean, it's not. Well, I say there's not much. Well, I'll tell you what there is. We have a new segment. It is called Rohan Reminisces.
I can't help but smile when I hear that music. So, do you want me to tell it for my own segment?
This is
Okay, so what we're going to do for season 3 and beyond, as long as it stays around and people are interested, if a film is set or I pick a year relevant to that movie, I'm going to give Robbie some trivia, some fun facts, some information. So, Marty Supreme, for example, when we do that one, it's based in 1952. Okay, and I'm going to tell you a couple of things you don't know about 1952, whether it's in movies, in general life, in politics, in sport, funny things that happened. Sometimes movies are set in a certain year but made in another year, so it's sort of at my discretion, and that's why it's Rohan Reminisces, and we get to hear that sound, Rob.
we do. Oh, and again, son.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's a lovely sound.
Yeah.
And you incorporate a bit of a quiz into it, so you can play
do.
along. Who won best movie? And you've kind of feed me maybe the nominees.
Yeah, some data points, in which I've got some for a show we're going to do later on.
Yeah.
And also in terms of trivia time.
Oh yeah. Well, we've got
What else do we? Well, there's not a big change to trivia time, but it's a fun change if you listen now.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for what?
Ain't nobody got time for trivia time. Rob's
Ain't
trivia
nobody
time.
got time for that.
So these are a couple of new buttons. I tell you what, there's no expense spared. An Aussie and the Scotsman for season 3. We might, you know what? Season 4.
Easily entertained.
Season 4. We're getting a new theme tune. I'm putting that out there now at the start of season 3.
Well,
If we're-
did you just say YouTube?
Yes, I did.
Right. So that's the biggest change. I know you've led with Rohan Reminisces. The big change is we're filming everything, right? We're not hiding. We're not cutting. We're not editing. You're seeing it as it's happening, and we're talking to you. We're still trying to work out, do I look that way? Do I look that way? Do I look that way? YouTube, please subscribe. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work to get it to you, but we want to engage with you more. So YouTube, we're going to hammer that on socials and hammer that on the show.
Well, you talk about hammering. I mean, last year we put out 127 shows. We hammered that at the end of season 2. That was 3 a week. We're not doing 3 shows a week. You're going to get a minimum of one show, one good show a week. And if we put out a bonus second, we'll do that as well. So we don't want to spam you quite as much as we were doing last time. So we're very conscious of that.
Talking about bonus shows, to your credit, the bonus show that went out a couple of weeks ago with Schwarzenegger and Stallone, I had the better argument. But when I listened to it twice, and it shits me because you really outsmarted me. So well done. Stallone's far better, but I don't know how to articulate it well enough. So
I don't think he's the better all-rounder, though. That's why you lost.
No, he's not the better all-rounder.
Which is what it was about.
He's not the to be a foreign guy, go to America, be the governor of California, be the world champion bodybuilder, and then still have some mega hit movies.
Well, that's what it was all about. So there were 6 categories. Who's got the best
set
movies?
me up. Maybe you set me up.
What are you talking about?
If the category is who's the biggest movie star, Stallone wins. But who's the broad? You buy the whole racket, and Arnie's the whole racket.
Tune in and let me know what you think. There's 6 categories: best one-liners, best movie, best box office, best all-rounder, best character. Right?
And I won one.
Oh,
no, 2. I won best box office.
yeah, okay. But you could have had better argument for a better all-rounder. But you gave in, which is fine. It was a good podcast. Tune in, listen to that one. That is out. And then I'll tell you what else we're doing. I'll tell you what else we're doing.
Go on.
Shall I tell you what else we're doing?
Sure.
Here we go. On the 1st of each month.
Oh, I like this.
On the 1st of each month. It doesn't matter whether it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. We shall post the movies that we will be talking about for that subsequent month.
Yeah, we want, again, engagement. We want
you
you
start
to...
with engagement? Yeah, that's really annoying me. Who are you speaking to?
I'm talking to the 8 fans we've got.
Forget about it. Okay, so in February, for example...
Who are you talking to then?
I'm going to post... I'm going to post on the 1st of February the movies that we're doing, which I'll tell you now.
You've used I in the last 2 sentences.
The Father.
We.
Don't get defensive.
We.
Let's not start. We started on a good note.
We.
The Father.
No. Before you go into it, explain why. We want to give people an opportunity to watch the show before they listen. Some movies you don't need to. Some movies don't need the credit. Come and have a listen to us, whatever you like. But some films, like The Father, when we debate it, it's a great show. We debate it heavily. It really lands differently on the two of us. Rob's got a different history to a very serious topic. If you haven't watched it, and we talk about the quality of acting and why did he overact Sir Anthony Hopkins, if you haven't watched it, it's going to be just noise.
Okay, and we tell you in the Instagram promo what rating we give it, and I'll tell you now. If you haven't seen The Father, this is a must-watch. I give that a 5 out of 5 in week 1. You will not believe what he gives it.
I gave it a 1, I think.
I'm not going to tell you what it. Okay, he gave it a 1 out of 5.
Oh, terrible film.
Oh my God, you could be cancelled for that.
Please let us know what you think on that one.
And as always,
Hey,
you keep talking to people. We're just having a conversation. Forget about the camera.
Oh, I can't forget about I live for the camera.
All right. So, and as always, we don't discuss our ratings or what we think of the movie beforehand. So the shock in my face and my voice when you told me 1 out of 5 right at the start, I couldn't believe it, and I still can't believe it that you're even saying it's shocking. And some of the stuff that you come out with is just ridiculous.
Well,
so listen to that one. And that's season what's that's number
okay.
one.
So now we've explained why. What are the 4? Can you give us the February shows?
So week 1, we've got The Father, and we're also putting out Diamonds in the Rough, which we recorded last year. Now, we will say that we did record a few last year because we always like to have some up our sleeves. So, you might hear a few where we're kind of talking about things that we've talked about in the past, but look, bear with us until we get through them all. But they're all much better than the start of season 2, where
we say so ourselves,
where we still had our 15-minute podcasts. All these podcasts now are a good 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They're good.
You can do 2 laps of your local park. So in the Diamonds in the Rough, can we give a little teaser? You got 1 or 2?
Well, again, this is a little bit crazy because what you think are Diamonds in the Rough, which are movies that you may not have heard of, like Richard Jewell or Prisoners, for example.
My term, first of all. Yeah.
Or 12 Years a What?
No. Well, I came up with this concept of Diamonds in the Rough, by the way. Yeah,
did.
keep going. Run me down and then I'll fight back.
So we've got Hamburger Hill, Manchester by the Sea. Now, you think Saltburn is a Diamonds in the Rough, but I think a lot of people have seen Saltburn.
You had that on your list as well.
So, did I?
You did. 12 Angry Men, Strangers on a Train. These are films, Alfred Hitchcock. If you're of our vintage, and we've come up from a film from 1950 in Alfred Hitchcock, Strangers on a Train with, the doc, go and watch it because it's brilliant.
I don't think it's brilliant actually at all.
It's such a simple concept, right? But it's worth a watch.
I wouldn't watch it. Well, based on the other movies that we're going to talk about and the other ones, I wouldn't watch Strangers on a Train.
Well, maybe not first up, but it's certainly a good watch. If
you like all the movies,
Saltburn was one that had a super cast, great soundtrack, wonderful, quirky, some fucked up things happen. There's 2 incredible scenes in that film.
So we talk about that in the show Diamonds in the Rough. Have a listen to that. That's out on the 7th of February. On the 14th, we're going to talk about Marty Supreme, which we just saw. That's coming out on the 14th. On the 21st, Captain Phillips. I am the captain now. I am the captain now.
Look at me.
Wow.
I am the captain.
If you haven't seen Captain Phillips, let me tell you,
Yeah.
You've got to watch. Just fast forward to the last 40 minutes. You will see some of the best acting and the most emotional, heart-wrenching stuff you've ever seen in that final 10 minutes. We were both tearing up on that one. And then we have our first guest of the year. Shout out to Matt Norris from Perth. Now, if you remember, we had Simon on.
Yeah.
He's a great friend of the podcast. He's been on for multiple shows. He came on, he was in the last week of season 2.
That's right.
Remember the shows that he did?
He did Apocalypse Now.
Yep.
And he did
Network. I'm mad as hell. And I'm not going to take it anymore. So
Simon wants to own the franchise in WA, but
he's going to fight with Matt, because let me tell you, Matt is a massive movie buff, and he didn't really know about the podcast, but Simon told him, and he has listened to all 200 podcasts in the past 2 months. Can you believe it?
What's wrong with him?
I think he's got nothing to do.
Jesus Christ.
I tell you what, we'll find that out.
Must be on the dole or something crazy.
We're going to ask him that, and we're going to, you'll find out about that very soon.
200.
At the end of the month. 200 podcasts.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Okay.
And
so that's February, right? So, come March 1, we'll launch the next 4.
There'll be other ones. And, we've had plenty of feedback I don't get that much feedback, but we've had some nice reviews from people. And Jeremy, I don't know if I've told you about my friend Jeremy.
Never heard of Jeremy.
Jeremy from Glasgow. I bumped into him and his parents were in town.
You're taking the mickey every time you say that. You just need to say Jeremy.
My friend Jeremy.
We should add Jeremy, a little person, to the logo.
I was going to bring that up.
Go on.
So Jeremy and his parents came over for a few weeks, and Jeremy was telling them about the podcast. So shout out to Evelyn and Jack, who are also in Glasgow. I've known for years and years and years. And big thanks to Jeremy, who's asked not to be mentioned again because he's getting really embarrassed by it. Also, no more Jeremy.
You've used up your fill.
Jeremy. So if I do it like 150 times, then maybe we don't say it.
Anyway,
that's it for me. No more Jeremy.
You promise?
No.
Okay.
When we do the Blues Brothers, Jeremy and I did the Blues Brothers together.
I watched it over summertime.
We should do that one.
Maybe you won't let me.
Maybe he'll come on for that. But only if he comes on for it. Okay, let's wrap this up.
Fantastic.
That's enough.
Yeah.
What else can you tell us?
I'm raring to go, mate. I think we should cut this and start getting into the films.
Okay.
I've got plenty of stories, but I'll roll them out as we go along.
Okay. Well, I wish you a great season 3.
Yeah.
I hope to still be talking with you at the end of it. These years go fast, my friend.
You gave me the best intro you've ever given me. I hope by season 4 I'm a little, we continue on. Looking forward to season 3.
A rake of yourself.
A what?
A rake of yourself.
I'm not a rake at the moment, but I'm on the way. We're on the way.
Doing good. Okay, well, good. How are we ending this?
We've said nothing for the last 30 seconds. Thanks for listening. We'll come back to you. But for now, thanks for listening.
Do you want to say thanks for listening again?
Thanks for listening.
The worst ending. It can only get better from here.
We've butchered this. We've had the summer. We'll get the sunglasses back on.
Get the sunglasses back on.
And
okay.
we'll get the boys are back in town. Let's